We're here in Dallas, Texas. No, wait, no, we're not. Fuck. We're in Cleveland, Ohio tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, let us get into the programming. But first, Matty Kage has a special announcement. You may know we've been running shows for almost a year now here at CAW. However, there's one promotion that I am partnered with that has yet to run its first show, and I'm about to help promote it. That being IWN. Now, with this promotion and with this partnership, I am here to announce 2 matches for their first show. The first match I would like to announce is the Heavyweight Championship match. That being a triple threat for the heavyweight title. Alex Sabin, Drew Boyd, and Gavin Sabin. And the second major match that I would like to announce will be me in a death match with my opponent yet to be revealed. You guys are going to have to wait till next week to hear who my opponent will be at IWN's first show in that death match. Also, Intercontinental title will be on the line, as we have Johnny Ace versus Matthew Storm. So those are 3 major matches that have been confirmed, ladies and gentlemen. Trent, are you booking them?
Yep.
Now, if you want your characters involved in IWN, you have to ask Tourette for that permission. Not only that, but you also have to join the IWN official community here on PSN.
Yep, there's rules also. So no spamming and crap.
And there are rules, meaning, and I'm about to give you some rules here in CAW for IWN. Now, IWN rules state the following. Those rules being no spamming, meaning you cannot spam moves. This is an online community, meaning you cannot spam moves. And rule number 2, all matches are to be recorded and sent to Tourette. Right, Tourette?
Mm-hmm. Or screenshot and send it in the community. But if the screen's split, then you need video proof for that.
If the screen splits, you need to record the match multiple times until you get a time where the screen does not split. Another rule that I am about to add up is that if a champion cannot defend his belt within the 30-day limit, they are to be stripped of the belt immediately. If they cannot defend the belt within 30 days. Rule number 4, a rule I'm putting up. This is a community, however, it relies solely on the character, not the player. Meaning, if a character wins the title, and that character is set to defend the title, that character is the only person that's allowed to defend the title. None of your other characters can defend the title. Only the character that won the title in the first place can defend said title. Another rule is submissions only to damage. If you have a normal submission move locked in and it's not a finisher or signature. Wait, can they tap you out for signatures or no?
Well, I think that, well, you can't tap out for signatures.
You cannot, if it's a signature or a normal move submission, you may only use it to damage your opponent. You cannot use it to tap him out. The only way you can tap out your opponent is if it is a finisher. That's all. Another rule: if you are scheduled to fight, if one of your characters are scheduled to compete, that character must compete. No other character, the character that was scheduled in the first place, must compete. Otherwise, there will be severe consequences. If you no-show a show that you are booked to compete on, or any of the above, there will be consequences. Next up, there will be win-loss records that will be held, and that will depend on what titles you go for. If you have a very high loss record but a very low win record, the chances of you getting a title match are very low. If you have a high win-loss record for wins but low on losses, you're higher the opportunity to get a title opportunity for a certain belt. It depends, like, if it's a 50-50, then you're in the middle somewhere. Right, Charette?
Yep.
Another rule will be, everyone must have at least one female character on them at all times. Because a women's division will be coming soon. Another rule is that these modes are only in 2K. If you play another game, now, the only companies your characters are allowed to go to are the ones where we are labeled at. Meaning, if you're an IWN guy, then you can only wrestle on IWN or CAW shows. Since IWN has now been official partner with the 312 universe of wrestling promotions. As you all know, we only host the best talent we can find. Good luck to all wrestlers that are to compete. And with that said, I'm going to announce one more match. That being a match between the following two superstars: Angel Dominguez and Franco. It's going to be Angel Dominguez. It's set to be Franco and Razorblade in a death match. 2 death matches on the card. Matty Kage's opponent has yet to be confirmed. Now, the only way these IWN shows will happen is if characters are put into community creations. Another rule is that you must only play as your characters. You cannot play as anyone else's characters. If you downloaded a character from community creations, you may not be able to play as them. Right, Charette?
Yep.
You may only play as characters that you have created. In 2K, I have currently created myself. I have created Matthew Storm, Razorblade, and CJ Kyle. Only Matty Kage has been put on community creations. The others have yet to be put up. I'm still trying to fix Matthew Storm's face paint. And Tourette, one of his only characters that I know he's made is Drew Boyd. He can only play as characters that he's made. Mosswall can only play as characters that he's made. Sweeney can only play as characters such as Gavin Saban and Jake Owens. Shrek can only play as characters such as Aiden Boss or Drew Boyd. Mosswell can play as any creation that he can come up with. I can only play as characters that I've created. And EJ can only play as either Tyler Tyson, who's almost close to retirement, and RJ Smith. Which I might as well announce now. The rematch between Matty Kage and RJ Smith will happen at the first IWN show. That's the death match of the night.
Yep.
Also, Tourette will try to mute your voices when he puts it on his YouTube. You're going to put all the matches in one on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Alright. If you have a bad match, don't worry. You're not going to get scolded for having a bad match. Just do better the next match. Alright? Now, Tourette, that's all the IWN thing I have to work on. I've said about today for IWN. Listen next week for some more IWN news. Now, but first, I'd like to tell Tourette something. Tourette, now, before we get under with the show, let me just tell everyone, to those matches that have been announced and those characters that have been announced, you are allowed to go into a match. You don't have to record right now, but you can think of spots to do during the match. Like, think of like spots or choreographed moves to do behind the scenes before the match. You can choreograph shit. Also, Razorblade and Franco will not be happening because I want to just focus on me right now. But Matthew Storm versus, was it Thomas Styles or Johnny Ace? Who did I say? I think I said Johnny Ace.
Yeah, Johnny Ace.
Matthew Storm and Johnny Ace will happen. And Matty Kage versus RJ Smith will happen. And Alex, Gavin, and Drew will happen. Those are the three confirmed matches for the show. Now, Drew, Alex, and Gavin will be main eventing the show. You can think of spots to do during the matches. To those who want to. If you're going to think of a spot to do, just make sure you can hear each other before you film the match. Right, Tourette?
Yep.
Make sure you can hear each other. You and your opponent can hear each other. Make sure that's able to happen. And then think of the spots that you want to do before the match, before you're set to film. Me and EJ are going to try and think of spots to do. Like, I'm going to think about powerbombing him on a ladder or something. Anyway, be sure to tune in next week for some more IWN news. We'll see you then. But right now, let's get started with the show. As up first, we have a contract signing for the heavyweight title for the World Cup. As tonight, the contract signing between Amaya Suzuki and Adam Batista gets underway. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Amaya Suzuki. The CAW World Heavyweight Champion, Adam Batista. Alright, you two. Now later this month, you two are to battle each other one-on-one for the CAW World Heavyweight Championship. Amaya, you are the challenger of this match. How are you feeling going against Adam Batista?
Big guy he is, but I'll manage through.
What was that, Tread?
Big guy, he is foul minister.
You're what?
Against Adam Batista, I'll try him this.
Adam, what do you have to say about that? No doubt about that, you are a fantastic competitor, Maya. But in the span of 10 days into my title reign, I already defended my title successfully twice. What do you think I can do? I'm at my 21st day as the champion. Now, Maya, let me remind you something. Yes, you are a 3-time CAW Intercontinental Champion. Is that correct?
Yes.
But that also meant you lost the belt 3 times.
Yes.
I have yet to lose this. I'm in my first reign of champion. I am the king of the deathmatch. And you were, at one point you were the G1 winner. So we both won tournaments in the year of 2019. So at this point, we have something in common, in a way. But let's just get this out of the way. I may be Goliath and you may be David, but when it comes to our match, let's just say that it's gonna rewrite the story. When David was slain by Goliath. In the center of the ring on live TV. All you have to remember, Maya, is all it takes is a few power bombs, Amaya, for your whole body to go out. All it takes to beat you are some mission holds and being what is known as a giant. Amaya. Let's just make this clear. My win-loss record here in CAW is great right now. Looking very great. But your win-loss record is a little less than mine. Now, let me just get this out of the way. I know you've been wrestling here in CAW longer than I have, but